By the way, I do want to say, I appreciate the fact, I don't know if they did this intentionally, but I just put up the names, like, not knowing which side they were going to be on, and a lot of times with NA players, it almost seems like they specifically devise a tactic to ensure that they're on opposite sides, and then I have to change out the names, and with both sets that we had, they both went on the side that I put their name on, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, that's quite good. I think it's just been a very good coincidence for you. So yeah, Scarlet going with the Flang, which, if anyone did watch VSF earlier this year, not the matchup you would have seen.
Yeah, that was Xianghua, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. Ssylus despises Xianghua, so I wouldn't be opposed to the idea that Scarlet would pull her out if it's needed.
Yeah, again, it's a first to 10. You never know what's gonna come out. I appreciate using the first game as like a feeler opportunity.
Oh, 100%. There are certain situations with the Huang matchup where Huang does have some very good things here. So obviously, things like Raphael's 6-6B and his 3B are very terrifying moves, right? They're very very much key in a sense to Raphael's neutral. Huang is one of the very few characters that has guaranteed punishes on both of those sorts of negative transition moves with his 4BB. So there's nothing Raphael can do to stop 4BB as soon as he blocks as soon as Huang blocks 6-6B or 3B hold. He just has to eat that move.
What does Huang do about 1K? Because that seemed to be Silas's entire strategy in that first round.
So I'm not too sure. I guess
I assume block and punish is the way to go. It's just kind of crazy that Scarlet didn't do anything about it. I mean, he got the round, so whatever, right? But, like, still. This is really funny to see Ssylus 2-1K like 8 times in a row.
I mean, do you ever want to block mid against Raph? Oh, amazing form dodge there by Ssylus.
It's a good punish on the 3A. Yeah. Not going to really be able to go into any of those typical stance transitions. They're not particularly good stance transitions in the first place, so it's not surprising.
Form dodge is very, very good at this. But yeah, Raphael's 1K. Huang has one of the better punishes in the game for it. His full crouch punish game is very good. Yeah. Very, very good.
You could technically go with Jump K too. His Jump K is pretty high damage.
Well, his Jump K is -12, in all fairness.
Oh, well, we're talking about being able to jump over 1K. Right?
Oh, yeah, sure.
Don't have to worry about any that kind of stuff when it's talking about punishes. Raphael does have a bar here. We'll see if it comes up. Nah, going for a high against a form dodge situation is a little bit risky.
A counter hit with the Shadow of AA there. Pressing things like an I-12 AA are really not that good of an idea versus Raphael. Those sorts of things you want.
Transition type situations,
Yeah, so the sorts of things you want versus his -4 or worse transitions. So things like 6-6B hold, all that fun stuff. You want.
See how? He was even going the other direction, but it was so close to the wall that it didn't matter. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, what you really want is sort of like an I-22 or higher tech crouching mid for Raphael, right? That tech crouches from frame 4 to frame 8, typically.
You know, technically speaking, he could just go with...
Sorry, 6 to 18.
He could just go with like 6B plus K to like stuff all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Doesn't mind costing the talismans. Though I don't get the impression that Scarlet is a big -9 Huang player, but he ends up getting the first game.
The issue is, if he does 6B plus K, he gets quick paraded, right?
Oh, does he?
Yeah. That's the harsh reality of it. But yeah, definitely gets the first game anyways.
Yeah, with Huang, the character we were not expecting to have happen. Is there a I'm not saying that it's probably ever going to happen, but is there a possibility that Ssylus has another character that he would go with?
Cervantes.
He might go Servi?
Yeah, he has a strong Cervantes. It was his character in SC5, and he has been playing it in SC6 as of recent history, and it's really not a bad Cervantes.
Man, thank God.
Very, very different playstyle to his Raphael as well. It's quite.
Well, I would imagine so, considering the character differences.
Oh, 100%. But it is very nice. So obviously, like.
Here? Okay, never mind.
No, he's not. There's no way that was out.
Good punish, the optimal punish for a situation like that, which I appreciate.
Goes back to the mix-up.
Okay, I feel like that was not an intentional button input there, but it ended up working
Well,
out.
the hop
6B
over.
doing a fantastic job of just getting away from all these stance transitions. I always fall for that.
Didn't punish K4, just a bit late on the punish there. Good little AA there from Scarlet.
Yeah, obviously
2A
KK
a
is
lot.
better, but you know, sometimes if your hand's on the button, you gotta choose that button.
I mean, they're both fairly bad I-12s, in all fairness.
I do think that the KK does more damage.
Oh, 100%, but at the end of the day, he should be K4.
Oh yeah, you can do that too. Nah, the armor's not gonna get through that.
That's unfortunate. The big read here from Ssylus. I say big read, this is plus anyways if you were to block
Yeah.
it.
Man, just
Very
jamming
nice.
6BB every single time.
Oh, very good delay on that CE. Waiting for the quick parade before he committed to any punish.
Yeah, it's gonna get him around it.
It does.
Doesn't really seem like Scarlet is a particular, more of like the boom philosophy of Huang rather than the toothpaste philosophy.
What, of never spend talismans, yeah.
Yeah, be more conservative with talismans is probably like the way I would say it.
There we
Ooh,
are,
okay.
the proper K4 punish. Very good 2-1-4B with punish there. The
I guess the
coup de
K4 punish isn't the way to go because it gets you 2-1-4B later on.
Apparently it just makes your horizontal
Scary
sidestep.
stuff. Ooh,
Oh, this is
okay.
death.
Is it?
This is death.
Is it?
Yeah.
Alright.
I
And that's the
I
kind of
played
stuff that you're
against-
going to get in Parsec.
I think Ssylus is probably my most played against player. I know where this stuff will ring out. I've been hit by it too many times.
Well, you never know whether it's going to actually work in an online environment, which is the only reason why I
true.
say that.
True. But Ssylus is one of those freaks of nature who's able to get those sort of one-frame links that Raphael has off of his form dodge. This link, he can get this consistently on like a fucking 100 ping connection.
I appreciate the fact that he went with AAAA when he was in Soul Charge to try and get away from the form dodges.
dodge.
I think this is basically it. I don't really think there's anything that
God
Huang can
crush
do
that.
in a spot like that.
Nope. I despise the fact that move guard crushes.
That is pretty unfair.
It's fairly unfair.
Considering
It's
the
similar
fact that, like, that's the whole shtick, right? Is that you just have to get away
yeah.
from, like, the guard crush. But now that being said, I'm trying to think of other guard crush type characters. Do they
At the
have a
same time,
horizontal in Soul Charge?
horizontal
that also-
low guard crush.
Horizontal low, no. I'm trying to think. I don't think Mina does.
Grow does, but it's a high.
Yeah, I'm not counting high, so otherwise Mina does.
Yeah. But Mina's A plus B? Is that guard crush?
Well, that's also not a Soul Charge move. I put a lot of criteria in it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'll just stop. Grow definitely doesn't. Does Amy? Like her Soul Charge AMS A plus B? Sorry, AMS A.
No.
No.
But that's fine.
Anyways, back to the game.
Kind of like a unique situation that Raphael is able to do. Okay. Through 3B, just like jams
Very
it out
nice
there.
3B. I think I tech crouched the
It honestly kind of looked like it. I wasn't convinced whether it did that or he did like an ever so slow. Whoa!
very good 6B plus K. Trying to duck some sort of 6B there.
War of the Roses?
Just getting caught
Let's
out.
go.
Getting caught slacking there.
I apologize for anybody who found that the text-to-speech was very loud there, and I apologize to Ssylus and Scarlet, but we just got a $40 donation from Silo for more
Hell
War of
yeah.
the Roses stuff, and so everything that I talked about before, in regards to whether Silo was here, whether we were going to have more War of the Roses type content, and all of that kind of stuff, that's already shooed away, so thanks very much to Silo. We'll have more War of the
DM'd
Roses
him.
events as time goes on.
I DM'd him to get in here. He had forgotten that it was today. He did come in about 20 minutes ago.
Well, they'll be on YouTube, and they'll also be, in other places and stuff. So you'll be
Very
able to see the
good
recording
content.
of the Neon versus Horseface match as well.
This is a terrifying situation for Ssylus now. Yep, there we are. Impact counter with the KK.
But thanks very much, Silo. I very much appreciate it. I will talk with you later on about some of the stuff I have in store for War of the Roses to see what you think about it.
Oh, good 1KB counter hit here.
Yeah,
Scarlet
pretty
matching
scrappy,
all
huh? Both players have been playing pretty scrappy so far. Not really like a whole lot.
Well, it's kind of how this matchup goes, I think.
Yeah.
Wang. It's very similar to the way that was beautiful from Ssylus.
Yeah, in terms of stance stuff from Huang, Scarlet has really not gotten a lot of chances here. A lot of 6Bs, a lot of form dodges. It's pretty tough.
I know Ssylus Scarlet even. Wrong S. I know that Scarlet has an understanding of what to do against negative stances, but he's not pulling out any of this counterplay that we've spoken about in the past. For these -4, -8 transitions, he's done 1 4BB. He got a 3B earlier on a prep B, but that's all he's really gotten. He hasn't really played it out too much.
Oh, he's dead. Oh, Ssylus, I'm sorry, but I have to say that was not a particularly good play going for a high there. I feel like that was very scary and very reckless. And yeah, you got punished for it. I mean, I think that was just a straight up mistake to go for something like that.
That was. I think that's, in the words of Ailes, unfortunate.
Yeah. Or he would say it differently though, right? He would say like fromage or something.
Unlucky. Yeah. See, the EU guys know.
Unlucky. Yeah.
Unlucky. That's Ailes.
I do appreciate the fact that we're having kind of like a similar... You remember how, like, Horseface was always going for A grabs because he knew that Neon was always going to break the B? We're having a similar situation here because of the amount of times that Scarlet is going to break the throw that's going to give him the ring out, and Ssylus is always going for the other grab, so it's funny to see some of the stuff that is being threatened in the match that we're not necessarily seeing on the screen.
Yeah, and Ssylus just having a huge life lead there, but about 3 reads from Scarlet just cooled the game. Very good to see.
Good. Taya.
Good stepped up. So, for those of you who have never played against Scarlet before, Step Duck is this man's best friend. It's very much what he does. He'll go like +4, then just Step Duck.
It's a reasonable thing in this version of Soul Calibur 6, but yeah, there are definitely those types of players that have made that their bible for all situations.
I mean, it's sort of mine too, in all fairness, but Scarlet takes it to a new level. Especially with, one thing that I would find sort of scary for Wrath, which I was just about to go on to, actually. Wang's sidestep is... Wow, I didn't actually expect that to kill.
Yeah. And he has to deal with the Scar Crush, it sucks.
Yeah, this is terrifying.
Okay, then.
Obviously, Wrath having arguably the best guard crush move in the entire game, which is technically a Hori mid. That is safe, it's RE safe, and it's like a level 2 regi. And being his 8A plus B. Absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, we haven't really seen it all that much just yet.
No. I think it would be a good idea to pull out a bit more. I mean, he's being clipped by 2As quite a lot. Getting clipped by some horizontals here and there. That is death.
Well, then I'm going to take this time to also do a special thanks to Blacker Kong for the $10 donation. $50 is almost definitely enough, unless some sort of crazy emergency or something happens, is enough for an additional 2 War of the Roses events that I'll be able to pull off. So special thanks to both Blacker Kong and Ssylus, and I very much appreciate it. And I believe that puts us at 2-2, right? I want to make sure that I have those
this is 2-2.
Okay.
Very, very even match.
A lot of slobber knocker stuff going on here, yeah.
Yeah. But Ssylus, very similar to Dexus and a lot of other very high-level players. He's a bit like an AI in a sense. He's got that machine learning, you know? There's only a certain amount of time where you will go even with him, and then it starts to become this sort of heavy back and forth. And you've got to hope you just adapt very quickly, and that is before him, because he'll do it to you if not.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I love doing a format of like a 1st to 10, because you don't necessarily... It really is a different skill in and of itself, rather than the 1st to 2s or 1st to 3s that you have in tournament sets. There are people who are good at 1st to 10s, and there are people who are good at like the whole tournament set type of thing.
Yeah, so self-admittedly, I'm fully a 1st to 3 player. I cannot play 1st to 10s for the life of me. I get too tired, I get too bored. And in recent history, I get frustrated. I
gotta say, Ssylus, I feel like the majority of the reason why this is so close is because Ssylus keeps forgetting like where he is on the stage. It's funny to think that like the amount of ringouts that have occurred here that could have been avoided.
Also that wasn't his fault in any way. His grab got sidestepped. Which is just something that happens sometimes on Oki with certain characters, and it just sucks. You just have to sit there and think, oh well. On to the next one. Very good 6AB. Sorry.
Don't know if he's going to be able to... No, he tried it. He tried to go for the stepped up wall rising B in order to potentially get another ring out, but not so much.
Okay.
6SB's getting sidestepped here, or not. Gets hit by the BBK yet again. It's something that I always fall for. We're doing KAs to get away. You know, one thing that could potentially be coming up that hasn't yet is the fact that the guard crushes on Ssylus' side have definitely dictated the pace on the matches that he's won, and yet I wonder if Scarlet has ever been thinking about going with the Aura of Might to try and have additional lethal hits when his guard is in the red. I wonder if it'll ever come up. That might be interesting to see.
Blue deodorant.
Right? Yeah. Where you get the vertical auto GI as a lethal hit when your red is guard crush. It might be pretty good against a character like Raphael.
He's sorry, that was... I don't know why Scarlet would have taken the risk on that Shadow Evade KB there. Very much in that situation.
That's too late. Yeah.
That is very much too late. Ssylus was waiting for that RI.
Dude, what's up with EU players? And, like, you guys really bet on RIs to beat Soul Charge activations, huh? Like, it seems like it's happened so many times so far.
It's better than going +0 against an I-10 character. Whilst they're in Soul Charge.
Does I suspend the bar? I'm actually... Oh, no, wait, yeah. I thought it was going to be 2-2 in terms of rounds.
That's it, 3-2. Scarlet taking the lead here.
Has Scarlet won all of his games with a CE as the ender?
I think so.
It's at least two of them for sure.
So.
I can't remember if the other one is that case. But yeah, we're really going back and forth here. This is going to be a long one until somebody gets the download, and then who knows?
Yeah.
But then on top of that, it seems like out of the two players, we're thinking that Ssylus would be the one to get the download, if anybody. And then I think what Scarlet's plan would be to then choose Xianghua. But who knows?
Yeah, because then the whole entire benefit of like having two characters that don't do bad in a matchup, right, is sort of you don't have to adapt when your opponent downloads you. You just change character. And that's like just an automatic adaptation. They have to learn a whole new set of things whilst you've already got their character downloaded to an extent, right? So it is quite a nice thing to have.
It's a B4 at the very start of the round. You don't normally see that kind of thing.
B4 is a very nice move against players like Scarlet doing the movement he's doing. It does have that semi-retracking against.
Because it's like kind of delayed, yeah.
Yeah. And it also beats obviously someone just ducking in your face. It's a mid. Very, very nice choice. In my opinion.
Oh, the second hit. The second hit was the savior for Scarlet in that round.
That was silly. That was very silly. This is death. Okay. Well, would have been death if you did the combo anyways, yeah.
Trying to chase. Ssylus getting potentially a little bit ambitious, a little bit reckless with trying to get in here. You may want to try and play it a little bit more lamely, you can say.
Yeah. Scarlet taking these 2Ks, sort of acknowledging that Ssylus hasn't gone for Area Gambit a single time on these transitions. Getting caught by the AGI.
By the way, I gotta say, Scarlet has tried the 60K armor like 3 different times, and Ssylus has called it out.
It's failed every time.
Because it's honestly, on paper, not a bad idea to go against a character like this. But like, it's just, boy, has it really not worked out.
Like, you call out 1-6B, that's it. Well done, you've got 120 damage.
Oh, wait. Oh, I thought that he might have been dead if he completed the full string, but it doesn't matter.
No. So the string only connects on counter hits, and Scarlet is one of those players who can actually counter hit confirm that string. One of the hardest things to counter hit confirm? Yeah, I mean, very high dependent character is Raphael. If he wants to contain movement, it's quite a few highs.
Yeah, I love the fact that like he really hasn't been wrong on any of these 3Bs either. I think he's like thrown out like 5 or 6, and they've all hit.
Yeah. Oh, this is death. Oh no, he was in the middle of doing AB anyways.
Yeah.
That's so unfortunate.
He could say, I mean, he's still favored here. He's still the one with the meter, but that duck is going to potentially do it. Okay.
Oh, this is nice.
Oh, no, that's a shame.
That's a misinput. That is a combo drop.
Now he's forced to spend the other bar, assuming this even is going to work out for him. Oh, that sucks. Okay, Scarlet is the first one to pull away in this set so far.
Definitely.
Did he change something? I think he did, right?
What do you mean?
Like, I think he, like, switched stage or went to... He didn't hit rematch. Yeah. He's going with random stage here. So we go with, like, a little bit more... a little less of a neutral stage.
I don't think this is what he wants, to be fair.
What does he want? He wants, like, a small box or something?
Yeah. That's what I'd assume.
Okay, well, I mean, it's 4-2. He still has plenty of time to try and figure it out, try to get the stage that he wants.
And at the same time, I'd say this isn't the stage he wants, because this stage is very similar to the one they were playing on before, except it has another wall instead of another ring out.
It's more narrow at the very least.
Yeah, there is that. So there are those sort of ring out opportunities, but he hasn't been catching those counter hits that are needed for those sorts of opportunities. So, yeah, I wouldn't be too sure. I mean, having the wall pressure here, very good for Raphael, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Opens up the grab game like an absolute menace.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of ring-out type gameplay from both of them, ring-out and anti-ring-out, but we haven't seen a lot of wall pressure from either player yet. That's probably going to change on a stage like this.
Huang's wall pressure, not the most insane thing in the world.
No.
At least I've never seen anything from Huang that made me think, oh, that's some wall pressure.
I mean, you know, he has things, but everybody does.
Yeah, exactly. Smashing out just these wall rising moves and these full crouch moves over and over again. Exploiting the high amount of tech crouch frames to get away from all of this high pressure from Ssylus.
Gotta say, what is that move that Huang is using as like a jump move? I think it's K-Slide A or A-Slide K, like one of those. A-Slide...
K-Slide B.
K-Slide B, okay.
Yeah,
I really appreciate the K-Slide B counterplay that we've got going on right now, and this is all Scarlet on this new stage. Ssylus really not getting the opportunity to play the game so far.
Very, very good from Scarlet, to be honest.
Unique Raphael counterplay, yeah.
It's not necessarily Raphael counterplay, it's just playing the way he would normally.
I'd be curious to see if Ssylus does end up going to that Cervantes that you were talking about, to see if it has the same efficacy.
I would be very interested to see his Cervantes. That's very lucky that had enough time to connect.
Man, just 3B on a straight-up Soul Charge activation. Gee whiz.
I love this.
Oh, and he's going to get the huge damage here.
Yeah, no.
And unfortunately, Ssylus is definitely...
way too frustrated.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that in certain spots where he gets dominated off a particular read, then he ends up just rushing in with either like a 6-6B or a 6B, and it's like a little bit too much. But he is potentially... Nah, he ends up going for a slower low.
I think he read a back tech there.
That's...
as opposed to
but that's kind of what we're talking about, right? Just kind of like really betting it all on
and there's no
certain options there. Yeah, I don't know. It's tough.
No need though. Something like a 1A would have closed out the round and would have won.
Yeah, you could have gone with a 1A, 1K, you know.
Yeah, far less risk.
K-Slide B's, huh?
K-Slide B is a very interesting move. I do love it.
I think this is the first time I've actually seen it applied in a particular matchup. Like, jamming 3Bs in this spot, they make sense. K-Slide B was not something that I expected to see a lot when I said, let's have Scarlet play against Ssylus.
It's just one of those moves you can sort of throw out that your opponent, similar to how you're saying, is just never going to expect.
No, like, why would you, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we're seeing some new stuff from Ssylus here. Some moves he hasn't incorporated into his kit yet. This might change things up.
Very good 2K here. Calming down a bit, it seems.
Yeah. Also incorporating some new moves. That might be interesting.
2-2-AA.
Damn, stand kick. Okay. Very good. It's pretty crazy how much damage that does.
Doesn't duck the QPK.
La-di-da, Mr. Fancy Pants.
That was insane.
He gets a ton of meter on top of that. B2, 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 2K. Dude, Ssylus has fucking had enough. He has had enough already.
That was insane. I'm sorry, that read on the art,
that whole series was pretty crazy. That whole series was pretty hilarious. And it's also the first time we've actually gotten to see Ssylus incorporate a little bit of wall pressure into his game plan. Oh wow,
mashing step way too much here.
Yeah, a little bit too much there. Knee-jerk reaction.
Now. Yeah.
I can see Scarlet change his stage. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
We had one. Ssylus had one opportunity in 8 games to do wall pressure stuff, and Scarlet was like, enough.
And it's back to this stage again.
Guys, it doesn't even matter if it's online or not. Soul Calibur 6 random stage selection is simply the best. And that's
so
just the
good.
way it is. It doesn't matter if it's online. It just, this is what it is,
So
even
this
in
is just
offline
there,
type
like-
environments.
So this is just there, like, get me away from the shrine.
Yeah.
Gets away from it for 2 games.
Yeah.
And is straight back to it.
It's like, it very similar, like, kind of reminds me about how, like, Raphael, in the entirety of Soul Calibur history,
Game
has
worked
been,
out,
at best,
yeah.
like, just okay. Soul Calibur 6 is the first time that he's been, like, actually good. And he was
Yeah.
good for, like, 2 months, and then everybody was like, enough, we can't have this anymore. Everybody
No.
pushed back.
Very similar to Maxi, though. Raphael is one of those
Yeah,
characters where they're just designed in a way where if they're good, they're toxic.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, he was okay in 5. He was pretty good in 5.
Yeah.
He was very similar in the sense of Maxi and SE5 had like 3 good moves and all the rest of them
Very
were
good
trash,
BB
but
here.
those 3 moves were some of the best moves in
Bonk,
the game.
bonk, bonk. 2K. Very good.
I'm so glad
Yeah.
that 6A plus B is what it is now as opposed to what it was before.
I have no idea what it's like before, honestly.
It caught Size up to one side, and
that
you
is
could
hilarious.
you know how like in Soul Charge he can like get like turn it into a break attack and turn it into like
Oh, you
know,
mean in 6? Oh, you mean... No,
In 6, yeah.
I'm fully aware. Yeah, I'm fully aware of what it was like in 6. Don't worry,
But I
I've
mean
been
to say
through
that
the
like in
trenches.
Soul Charge you're able to do like 6A plus B and get like the B like a full combo. In 5 he could just do that with a Brave Edge, and so it would just be
Stepping a grab.
there all the time. Well, it's
Yeah.
too far away for the grab. I think that's the problem, is that he needs to do like a run-up grab in order for the grab to have like the kind of range that I think Ssylus is hoping for.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, I know against Gro, that's just... You take the Yoki.
Yeah, I
maybe
think that's just
Wang
one of the
just
things
resets
that
a
I've
bit further
noticed
back.
with a lot of characters is that like doing a run-up grab gives you the kind of grab range that you're used to. If you're doing like a standing grab or like an 8-way run grab, it just doesn't have the range that you're expecting.
Definitely. And one thing I will say here is I don't think Ssylus has too much familiarity with the matchup, to be honest.
Yeah, he's gone for
3
like
times in a row.
typical kind of, well, okay. It's the only time though. It's like the only time he hasn't broken that grab. So after
Yeah.
8 games, you know, it's reasonable to
Just
take a
assume
bet
the back
sometime.
grab's coming. Yeah.
But yeah, I see what you mean with regards to not knowing the matchup, which makes sense. You know,
There's
not
been
a lot of long.
a lot of punishes that he hasn't just gone for. So like things on K6, K4.
That was some Gro gameplay right there. Just walk up to him and do a 3P into C. Is he dead? No, not yet.
No,
Does he go for the force
no,
block?
3VC does nothing.
Wow, I'm kind of surprised
Yeah.
he didn't go for the force block there. But actually, I think
No,
that
it's a
one's
force
another
block.
force block too. He
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
even
a
need to
force
spend. He could have gotten a better force block if he wanted to spend talismans, but it's not necessary.
There's no need. But yeah, no, that does force block there.
Underrated the Oki
it's-
that Juan gets on his normal grabs.
No stage change. We're sticking with the temple again.
Yeah, I guess he's just pissed. He just doesn't want to. He doesn't want to delay the match. He doesn't want to deal with this stuff. Dude, these K-side Bs, yeah. You're mine. Shades of toothpaste. 1A, actually, now that I think about it, Raphael might be one of the only characters that can actually... Oh, no, it's not minus 12, right? It's actually like minus something else. Oh, wait, that's right.
Oh, that's that.
What is Juan's 1A on block again? It's not minus 12,
12.
right? It is minus
It's
12?
12.
So Raphael
Yeah,
might be
so
one of the
there's-
only characters that can, like, potentially punish that.
The only reason why I remember it being minus 12 is because Siegfried has the worst interaction with it. So Siegfried punishes it, but the second hit of his wall rising K
Will
whips
whip.
for some reason.
That's pretty funny.
This is unfortunate.
Yeah, there you actually
Minus
get a
12?
punish.
Yeah.
Oh man, 4KP challenge. It's a stance, but yeah, he doesn't care. Both players just decided they didn't care about anything for that entire exchange at the wall.
That was some silly gameplay. There was
I mean-
no need for either of them to do what they did.
Yeah, I feel like Ssylus started it. I feel like Ssylus, like, Scarlet was just interacting with it. It was like, hey, if you want to play it this way, that's what we'll do. Well, he already has the lethal hit online. That's kind of funny. Quick parade.
Nice quick parade. Very good quick parade.
Always surprises me how much damage he gets out of the B.
Yeah. So this Scarlet trying to interrupt the 4-4-A-B there. Not really counterplaying 4-4-A-B. due to how passive Scarlet naturally plays.
Yeah.
I'd say it's something that Ssylus could probably get a bit more mileage out of if he wanted to, and the Shadow Evade KB taking it there.
And it's a typification of just what it means to be in a first to 10, is that we're seeing certain levels of adaptation that would never come up in a tournament set.
No, of course not. Of course not. But there are those sort of moments where in a tournament set, it's sort of a necessity, you know? Because there is a skill set to those very minute, quick adaptations as opposed to those larger, slower adaptations that you can make. As you said before, it's just a completely different skill set.
Very typical. Oh wow, he just jumped into nothing, and it's kind of a shame. He could have just gone for it.
The QP. That would have been game if he didn't drop. That's dead.
Is it?
No, it's not. No, it's not. Wrong angle.
Oh man, both players are in soul charge.
Very
Anything
good
could happen here. Ah, the sidestep. He was trying to challenge a 6B. That's a real tough situation to be put in against Raphael.
So the issue there, yeah, of course, challenging the 6B kind of. I mean, it would have been an equal clash. Only +2. He was +2 there. That single B accomplished nothing outside of catching a duck.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe potentially trying to catch a 2A and stuff. Ooh, challenging the string.
Okay. Trying to catch it.
These 3Bs are always surprising me. Going for the meter aura, I'm kind of surprised. I really feel like I wonder if Scarlet has thought about using Might in spots like this. The Guard Crush really hasn't come up all that much since the past like 2 or 3 games. But yeah, I wonder if that's going to be something that'll come up.
Sorry, can we just acknowledge how much retracking that RE cancel just did?
Yeah, I've played against Huang enough to know that that's just like a very typical thing that Huang just always does with his retrack on his RE cancel. That seems to be pretty a regular thing. Gets another ring out on top of it.
That's a really good ring out. Ssylus looking to make a bit of a comeback and get even in the scores now.
Slowly but surely. It hasn't been particularly convincing yet. I haven't seen Ssylus just like run over Scarlet. But now it's like he's hitting a little bit harder on some of his reads, and he's getting a little bit more here. Scarlet
I think he's figuring it out. Yeah.
RI into case IV. This is crazy. I guess the sidestep.
Unfortunate.
One of the few times that we've seen Scarlet go with sidestep CE when it wasn't going to kill. Tons of talismans. I wonder what he's saving them for.
Yeah. It's quite interesting. I don't think he's really had any sort of situations where he can apply them. If that makes sense.
Yeah, really, you could go with like a post-GI break attack. Like you could have gone with something like that, but instead he went with the case IV instead. What's that one? That's a beast like K, I think it is. He's got so many stuff.
Yeah, that's the GI.
Jesus Christ. I will never not laugh at that. Trying to challenge with the 6B, a very vintage, typical Raphael who's just like, I don't want to deal with this anymore. Okay, we're coming down to the last round, but with virtually no resources to speak of on Scarlet's side. We'll see if Ssylus is able to... I imagine, I wonder if he's going to do the Spectre Child where he just does a run-up 2K on hit into Soul Charge activation.
Yeah.
Oh, no, come on! The only reason why Ssylus didn't do it is because I said it and he didn't want me to be right. It's the only reason why he didn't do it there. Tried to go for the anti-soul charge, it didn't work out though.
Very good counter with 6 BBB here.
This is I think this is basically it. Just has to make sure he doesn't get reverse ring out here. Yeah, that's exactly what Scarlet was trying to pull off too. Yeah, so I appreciate the counterplay. Alright. Scarlet's bringing this to 6-5. Scarlet's still up, but there's a feeling in the air. There's an ominous cloud on the horizon that Scarlet's sensing.
There's an ominous Scottish cloud, dude.
I have a tough time believing that Scottish clouds are anything but ominous.
I think they're terrifying.
Yeah. You know, I'm part Scottish.
Are you?
Yeah. It's the largest part of my ancestry that I'm aware of. Part of the McLean clan. Same with Sean Connery.
Okay.
I have a great-great-grandfather who was Lieutenant Colonel Don McLean on the northern side of the American Civil War. He was a war hero.
Okay, I didn't know that, so...
Yeah. There's a very famous story where he died in the Battle of Bull Run, where a cannonball literally cut him in half, and he survived.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Do you think you can repeat your ancestor's success?
I don't. His gravestone is the size of the Earth. It's insane. Like, it just towers above all the other ones. And also, I should mention, when I say he survived, I mean he did not die immediately.
Okay.
He survived enough for, like, where he noticed that his troops were trying to take him off the battlefield, and he was like, don't worry about it. He's like, you're putting yourselves in danger for trying to accomplish something that's clearly not going to work. So I should be here with my men, you should leave.
Oh my god. Scarlet seemingly bring this back, though.
Yeah, it's through sheer force of might. It's probably because of the home field advantage.
Yeah, there's very little Rakaz.
To try and deal with the fact that it's such like a large stage. This was probably one of the worst stages that Ssylus could have gotten.
Yeah, it's not. There's not really much you can scam you with. I mean, Huang can play that range advantage versus Ssylus. Raphael, just as well as Raphael can, as well. So a large stage like this isn't really advantageous for either. But I'd say the better ability for Huang to play neutral than Raphael, really does give that large enough edge for something like this to happen.
Yeah, I imagine. Come to think of it,
that's unfortunate.
Overall, I mean, we've done what 11 matches right now 12 with Scarlet going up 7-5. Stage selections have not exactly been generous to Ssylus overall.
Definitely not. I mean, something like Geralt's stage would be absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah. The Forest stage, we saw the Forest stage like 85 times. The entire Neon versus Horseface match.
And we're back here.
Yeah, this is the best stage. This is the best stage that Soul Calibur is willing to give Ssylus. Like, best I can do.
Apparently so. Very good. Scarlet is playing. I'd probably say some of the best Calibur I've ever seen him play in this set.
He really does seem prepared. I don't know if that's specifically because of his experience against Ssylus, against Raphael, or if he decided, which I would really love to believe, that he decided to take the War of the Roses seriously. I would really like if that was the case. I doubt it, but I hope that's true.
Ssylus does tend to take these things seriously.
Okay. The fact that I don't put any money up on these things, I don't expect anybody to take it seriously, but I appreciate that when people try.
Yeah. So, Ssylus is very much one of those players who wants to prove that they are better. That's what he really plays for. It's sort of very anime-esque.
I remember feeling that way.
Yeah.
It feels like such a distant memory.
He likes to know where players stand. That makes sense. Oh my lord.
Boy, I know what you mean, man. He definitely gives off that kind of energy. Auto GI's working from behind. Oh, what lethal hill does he have? Was that 3A? I missed it.
Yeah,
I assume it's 3A.
He's landed 3 of them so far, so there would be 3A.
Oh, and he doesn't get to use it.
3A lethal hit is very nice.
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
And against someone like Scarlet, who...
Yeah, on this style, I can see it for sure. Man, these challenges, man. That's some Xianghua 3. I think the reason why he feels so comfortable with Huang 3B is because he's used to playing Xianghua.
Essentially, yeah. I mean, Xianghua's tech crouches has been the similar frames.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it's like, well, I'm used to having, like, one of the best 3Bs.
What's up?
Okay, Scarlet getting close to ending this out. 2 more games.
Unironically, I'll repeat it, dude. Best Calibur I've seen this guy play. He's playing insane. Either that or the worst I've seen Ssylus play. Who knows?
I feel like sometimes Ssylus has forgotten where he is on the stage and hasn't necessarily protected himself appropriately. Other than that, I can't necessarily see that Ssylus is making any mistakes. I don't get the impression Ssylus lost this set. I think that if Scarlet wins, it's because Scarlet won this set. If that makes sense. Challenging with little tiny hits. Virtually dead already. Oh, he didn't block the second hit. But that is the best exemplification we've had almost so far in this set of what wall pressure could potentially be doing for Ssylus. Even though we didn't actually see any wall combos, the fact that Scarlet didn't feel comfortable walking around was a pretty big deal.
Yeah, definitely. No, I fully agree. And I think if Ssylus starts playing a bit more of this pokey game that he had just played in the previous round.
Yeah. It's just
You
a lot
have a lot
easier
more
on a
success.
stage like this. The stage select has definitely not helped out Ssylus, like I mentioned before.
No, definitely not. Oh, very good punish here. Oh, huge read on that 3B, using prep 6B as opposed to prep BB to avoid the tech crowd.
I gotta say, I'm really surprised that Ssylus chose the option that he did, because the second that Scarlet had him dead to a sidestep CE, I would have thought that was all I'd been thinking about.
Oh, we've seen Scarlet do a lot of 3B
Yeah, that is true too.
recently, in order to avoid those prep BBs.
Okay, yeah,
That's
deciding to
unfortunate.
do this off of the wall makes sense. Yeah, it's a good
Very
duck.
good choice just
Yeah.
to duck there.
Oh,
I mean, what
you know
do
what?
expect?
Never mind. Ssylus has decided we are going to be playing this game.
Oh, no wall splat. What?
Yeah, that was weird. Okay, it didn't end up
Yeah,
mattering.
that's bad.
And once again, the second that Ssylus has walls anywhere in his jurisdiction, he potentially can overwhelm his opponent.
Yeah.
It's just that the stage selection has really not given it to him. I can imagine Ssylus throwing his table across the room if we get a stage that does not benefit him. That does not benefit him.
No.
You think so? Because of the size?
Game, bro.
Or lack of
Raph
size?
Ring out game. Yeah. Ralph's ring out game is so much better than
Yeah,
that.
we'll see. I don't know. Like, Scarlet hasn't really used it, but I really feel like if he wanted to, having that vertical auto GI would be a pretty good addition to getting reverse ring outs. At least in this
That is
matchup.
definitely a good thing to mention. Yeah.
He just hasn't been using it, so I guess it's just not really part of his repertoire, you know?
Nice grab.
Ooh, good punish.
Very good punish.
It's not gonna do it just yet.
Nope.
Ah, there it is. I see, like, on a normal hit, I think that's going to give him a reverse ring out. So it is something that Ssylus has to worry about, at the very least.
Definitely. It's something you have to keep in mind. And
so
it does seem like
versatile.
Ssylus is keeping it in mind.
Yeah. Yeah, at least the one time. One of the few people that actually punishes that kick.
Oh.
Ooh, fancy schmancy.
Unfortunate drop on the iPrep 6K
Yeah.
link there.
Getting a little bit more scrappy again, but kind of at like a mid-range kind of thing. The 3Bs are not having as much success as they were before. They're still having success, just nowhere near as often.
That was a really good
Wow.
And taking the round with a 3A plus B.
So a
Scarlet
run of
reacting.
3A plus B, which I think is really funny.
Scarlet just having zero reaction to that move,
Yeah.
apparently.
Well, it's also like, I don't know, maybe like the flashiness of the soul charge was also just like overloading his brain.
Potentially, but 3A plus B.
Yeah.
Low every time.
I will never not be mad if I get hit by them. Okay. Scarlet bringing it back. He's not over yet. This has been all Ssylus so far, except for that round.
Yeah. This has been a very, very good match for him. But
Ooh,
Scarlet maybe figuring something out
Yeah,
quite
he's
quickly here.
slowing it
He's
down.
getting back in with these pokes.
super. Okay.
Oh, if that was a Shadow Evade B, that would have been...
Yeah. Oh man, immediately going with 6B plus K. I feel like that's a bit egregious. Decides to spend
Ambitious,
bar
yeah.
here. Kind of surprised. Oh, these grabs are
No
just whiffing
punish.
everywhere. Oh my god,
Yep.
he had to spend both bars to try and end this.
Needs to soul charge there.
Oh, and that should not be it just yet. Oh my god, man, oh man. Ssylus is able
Hasn't
to...
gone mid a single time in soul charge.
Yeah. But regardless of whether he's standing or prone, he has gone low like every time.
Yeah,
I think the
exactly.
only time he's
There's-
gone mid is when Scarlet's like basically across the screen, where it's like
No,
the
no,
only thing
his-
he can have.
Yeah. It's like, you know, you back roll, you press B instead. That's literally been it.
Yeah.
But the thing is, Scarlet hasn't punished prep KB. Sorry,
He
Shadow
hasn't
Evade
blocked it
KB. No, he's blocked it and then just got hit by the second hit anyways. Every time. Every time he's blocked it, he's never
Yeah.
punished.
I wonder if he's trying to do some like really ridiculous counterplay that I'm unaware of.
If it exists, I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, some like special Huang stuff. Maybe the only time we've seen Huang go for a reversal edge so far, aside from reversal edge cancels.
Yep.
Scarlet trying to speed up his movement a little bit now. Good.
Very good, very good.
Okay. All right.
Good, okay.
This is shaping up to be one of the closest War of the Roses events we've ever had. Ironically, one of the other, I think the closest one we've ever had was the last EU event.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's tied between that and Zeph versus Novo from a long time ago. Okay, little tiny hits over and over again. Has to spend Soul Charge, but this is a little bit desperate. We'll see. Okay. He's got him up against the wall! Oh, boy. Man, 6AB really been putting in work against Scarlet.
It's one of the strongest Soul Charge moves in the game, in my opinion.
I mean, it does start with a high.
Well, that's it. That's its only weakness, right?
Yeah.
Outside of that, as soon as you block it, it's just free pressure.
Lots of meter on Scarlet's side. Don't know when he's going to use it. 3B as a challenge. Everybody's using 3B to challenge stance cancels. It's crazy.
I think he's going to avoid using it as much as possible this round. But no, Ssylus pulling his out.
Okay. Bar versus bar. Ah, the 1K gets challenged. Wow, that was a lot of damage. Oh, he does get the punish. I thought that it was too late. Ooh, boy. A statement challenge there. That was crazy. Oh, man. 2K counter hit, too. This is all Ssylus so far. He's inching ever so closely to tying this up. Factoring people's K. Helps a lot of damage. I forgot about that. It's like the only time I've seen Scarlet use talismans this entire time. Okay. Where are we gonna go with this? Needs one more. Okay, so he decides to spend the bar. I could have seen saving it for the next round, but Ssylus wants to end this right here, right now, and it's not going to happen. So, 1 bar versus 1 bar for the last round. Just a straight-up 3B challenge. Okay, first one to spend bar. That's potentially kind of scary, and this is also the first time we've seen Scarlet actually spend all of his talismans. So he might be going for some -9 Huang stuff that, who knows how Ssylus is going to handle that. We haven't seen it all set. Or he won't need it at all, and Scarlet will just get a sidestep CE like he's done a handful of times before, and he's going to be 1 game away from ending out this set.
All the pressure on Ssylus now.
I assume he'll want to keep the stage. I was wrong.
Definitely not.
What's he gonna get? There are still plenty of stages that could work out in Ssylus' favor even better. That is not really one of them.
Alright. Sorry about disappearing for 30 seconds.
That's not a problem. There are walls here. I will not mention the meme, but they are pretty far away.
Yeah.
It's a pretty large stage.
Very nice.
Oh, okay. That could have been a lot worse. Little tiny
nice
hits over and over
3
again.
hit.
Stand kicks. Oh, trying to go for that reverse ring up.
Very nice with punish though.
Oh.
These prep 6Bs are just eating Scarlet though.
Yeah.
This stage I would say though is not bad for Raphael at all.
Not particularly bad, no. It's no Geralt stage, that's for sure.
Oh, definitely not. The Geralt stage is very good for, I'd say, probably about 4 characters in this game. Raphael being one of them. The other 3 being Yoshi, Crow, and Asta.
Amy.
Amy?
I like it for Amy.
Oh yeah, that's really good.
I actually like it for Amy versus Yoshi because Yoshi has ridiculous ring outs, right? But Amy's are good, and Geralt's stage is small enough to where his better ring outs. Wow, what a sidestep! But like I was, the fact that Yoshi's ring outs are better is kind of nullified due to how small Geralt's stage is, and so I like it for stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely.
Because then you have stages like this, and, you know, Yoshi's ring outs just feel like they tower over Amy's and stuff.
Yep.
Oh man, if only he had just gone with the B to deal with that GI.
Yeah.
Was he get? Was he get? That's Taya.
Yep. Scarlet has definitely been practicing this matchup.
He did that once earlier on in the set as well, so yeah, he was definitely prepared.
Yeah.
He keeps trying to go for that that anti-meter option.
That's death. Oh, didn't confirm the counter.
Yeah, good enough.
Got the round in.
And he is 1 round away from solidifying this entire first to 10.
Yep.
Ssylus soul
early
charges
soul
out of
charge.
pure rage.
No duck on the Warriors and DB though. Mashes after the 1k on hit, after getting hit by 1kp so many times.
So many lows.
Oh,
He's ramping himself out for that reverse ring out.
Eager.
Ugh! And it's safe on block, so like he gets to try it again.
Very good stance canceling PB. And
These
just
are
mashing out the 6 PB on
Yeah,
those,
these
on
are
those poor
tense
cluster
as
ends.
shit situations. These
Yeah.
are task situations.
9 talismans to play with in final round as well. He is going to just absolutely mash his heart out.
Both players jumping around. -9 Huang almost showed a potential glimpse of in the last game. Oh, getting hit by Raw 3B,
No-
getting hit by the
no
K.
counter hit confirm.
Okay, now he's dead to
Very
CE.
good.
Ssylus is dead to CE. That is not the move he wanted. Okay, yeah.
Soul charge. Yeah, this is
6
needed.
AB.
And just
Oh, no, soul
a lot
charge
of
back.
power with it, though.
Who's gonna get it? It's not gonna. Oh, it's still not. Oh my god, dude.
Okay, never mind.
And
Scarlet gets
Scarlet
it.
pulls it out.
Upset.